In Shibuya, Mahito had a feeling Itadori would use Black Flash, and now Sukuna is experiencing a similar feeling. Black Flash releases Yuji's potential. Amidst a shower of black sparks, Yuji Itadori has awakened. What a chapter. Now, I made a previous video basically diving into what Black Flash is and how it offers pretty much a one-up for a person activating the technique against their opponent. In that video, I very much kind of pushed Black Flash to be this sort of like force-like ability where it's just like an all-encompassing thing that no one really has any control of. However, Gege has kind of been hinting at with a lot of fights that Itadori has been in that Yuji might just be able to use Black Flash sort of by will or by the need to use it, because even in his first fight with Hanami when he was with Todo, with him activating, I think he used like, what was it, like 3 or 4 Black Flashes all at once. And then don't even get me started on Shibuya when he was fighting with Todo against Mahito. Yuji definitely seems to have a better grasp on how to use Black Flash, and we don't exactly know why. So at the beginning of this chapter, we even had Gojo explain that, yeah, Black Flash is this crazy freak thing in nature that even I can't use at will. And if it was really simple, trust me, I would use it all the time. Gojo even states that he's used Black Flash the most out of almost any sorcerer, but not consecutively within back-to-back blows, essentially. Saying that his fights just don't really last that long or for him to be able to use the technique. And we actually got to see Gojo use Black Flash against Sukuna during their fight, and just how much it amped him up. It's safe to say that Sukuna's also experiencing the same thing, because we saw when he used Black Flash against Maki, he kind of had the same crazed look in his eye, and he even has it now. In this chapter, he launches, I think it was about 2 more Black Flashes. I think it may have been 2 to 3 more Black Flashes now that I think about it. It's definitely seeming like he's on the cusp of that runner's high effect that I said in my Black Flash video. And we all know that Yuji is kind of the king of using Black Flashes and almost just decimating his opponents when he does use them, because Yuji already has an incredible strength cap as opposed to other people in the verse. And even now that we know that Yuji has his own curse technique with the blood manipulation, it's seeming like we may be able to see some crazy shit out of Yuji once we come back from this chapter break. Based off what Choso is saying, it does seem like Yuji may have a couple more techniques besides just the piercing blood, because we still don't even know what his arms do. I'm gonna assume that it has something to do with his curse technique being amplified, or maybe it's just like some type of body armor to help him punch even harder than he normally does. Like I said, we do know that the Black Flash is kind of like a little one up, and we saw that Gojo was able to get back his reverse curse technique and even launch blue and red and max output hollow purple again. And with Sukuna, he can only really do so much of what he has. I mean, his physical body is still technically the apex of Jujutsu sorcery. He still has 4 arms, even though he doesn't have 2 hands. But like I said in another one of my videos with Sukuna, his physical form, I'm sure, is what a lot of people in Jujutsu Kaisen's world would be like, oh yeah, like this dude is a literal monster. As I also said in that video, Yuji was kind of keeping up with him when he was running at like Mach 2 or whatever the fuck. So Yuji's pretty close behind Sukuna in durability and just physical prowess. I would say, that's just my opinion, I think Yuji's kind of just right behind Sukuna. Of course, he doesn't have like the 4 arms or whatever, but physically wise, I think he's just a little bit behind him. But I also kind of want to dive in just as to why does Yuji seem to have a better grasp on Black Flash than a lot of other sorcerers in this world. And it kind of seems like maybe there's something Gege isn't telling us with Yuji as to why he has such a better grasp on it, because him being able to use it so consecutively and really when he really needs to use it cannot be a coincidence. There has to be something there as to why Yuji's able to use it, because even in this fight with Sukuna in this recent chapter, I mean, he just daps up Choso, and then it's like the narrator said, Sukuna felt like this motherfucker's finna land a Black Flash on me, and Lord and behold, he did. And even in the fight with Mahito, I think he landed like 3 Black Flashes against Mahito. It was fucking crazy. Just like Sukuna, it seems like once Yuji gets to going using the Black Flash, his ability to use it more than once in the same fight is definitely elevated. And we don't know if Gojo could have been the same way. I'm gonna assume that, yeah, maybe he could have. The first Black Flash always seems to be the hardest one to pull off, and then afterwards it seems like you can use it rapidly just by mere luck, as Gojo was saying in this chapter again. But I have a feeling that Yuji might just hit a record in Black Flashes against Sukuna in this upcoming fight. Now, at the end of this chapter, we don't really know what that Black Flash did to Sukuna. Gade doesn't do like a close-up panel of like his reaction to the Black Flash. We do know what the Black Flash did to him against Gojo, but of course you can kind of give him leeway because technically he was using Megumin's body and now he's like in his true form, so we don't really know what's gonna happen in the next chapter. I do have a feeling we're gonna have a little cop-out emote where he's gonna be like, oh, is that all you can do, or some shit like that. I'm pretty sure we're gonna hop back to the Hikari fight regardless, because that's just the way this pacing works with this fucking manga. But yeah, dude, I am so hyped that Yuji is actually back in the forefront of his series. So many people counting him out, and look, I cannot blame you. I can't blame you, but we all know Yuji is the king of Black Flashes.